440 Main Street, which was continued from our last meeting on construction of a single family home in Walnut Wetland Crossing.
Yeah, I was emailing with the applicant today and they have requested a continuance. The engineer is in Bermuda, he's on vacation, so
Okay,
he hasn't been able to deal with it.
okay,
And there's still no DEP, oh, did they give a DEP number? I think they did, but it just came out like yesterday.
okay.
So they requested continuance.
We have a motion to continue that hearing. Do you have a second?
Second,
So we spoke, press aye.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Okay.
Continue to,
The ninth,
Yes.
thank you for everyone being here. We have a quorum. Okay, and Mary, do you have administrator's report?
Yes. Share the screen.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, Mary.
This is Tony.
Okay, so let's just go to the pictures. A few pictures of this is District 9 Schoolhouse Property. That's the right name, right, for Mechanic Street. Okay. Sorry.
Has SVT agreed to that?
I don't think you need to. Okay, but I think that's mentioned in the report thing.
Well, Mechanic District 9 or whatever. Anyway, so in case you didn't get to see, this is before construction. Drove by while they were working. Looks great. This was the replication area. Mike looks like he bought some stuff for that.
I need to stop that.
That's underway. And these pictures are from Sweet William Farm Conservation Restriction Monitoring Visit. Kristen and I met with Grace and we spent an hour or so walking around. And Kristen is going to be writing up the official report. But I felt like it was a good meeting. They have made a lot of improvements. They had actually removed most of the brush from the walls, but it's one tiny section they hadn't worked on yet. And same with dumping rocks. This is one little section where they had dumped rocks mixed with dirt, so it looks a little nasty, but that was just one little section. They have been trying to use the rocks in creative ways. This is like, stabilizing some of their driving paths. And I think, and this is the big piles that were obscuring the wall, which I imagine, I think it's under, I never got a very good close look at the wall here, but I think it's under some bushes as well. But I think the idea is that the piles are gonna slowly relocate as they need to work on the roads and the pasture to try to make them less soft. They won't add anything new to them, just gonna kind of slowly try to fix that. And then I don't think I have a picture of, but some of the stone walls in the middle area are kind of, I'd say they're not super nice looking stone walls, but they are gonna, I think what Kristen agreed was that they could add rocks, some of the smaller rocks to that, as long as eventually they covered up with nicer looking big pieces to kind of fill out those walls. Those walls have like breaks in them and they're not really continuous, and so it seemed like a reasonable way to deal with that. They're not super nice looking, they're just kind of. So I think that's what will end up in the report. So this is being made. There was one large stone area kind of to the rear, a big pile of stone, and they will continue placing stones on that. I believe it's way in the back and it's not really in front of walls. So I think that's the general plan. Grace's dad actually attended the walk with us. He's the one who had drawn that beautiful sketch and he had a lot of ideas. So, house issue here.
You have some pictures of the pond?
That's next. And if you guys remember, they were gonna take their greenhouse down for the parking lot, and that has been completed. And they've kind of expanded their parking onto the grass, so in theory, they have a lot more parking just without having done much. I think she's gonna try to do the paving sometime, I don't remember exactly, maybe she might have been not sure either, maybe this fall, maybe in the spring. Here's the pond. She said she thought that the drop down was from lack of rain and from pumping. She's been using it very heavily. For her, she's got some new beds down there. I did ask about a liner and she assured me a liner had been put in. But the last word with Nathan is that if the pond goes completely dry, she's supposed to call him up and he's gonna go out there and do whatever. Take a look at it. Here's another picture.
Did you say what kind of a line?
No. Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like rocks and dirt to me, so.
Good question.
Okay,
So, it seems like that the level may have stabilized roughly at that. Is it possible they're basically at the groundwater level at this point?
it's possible.
Because they have been pumping out of it regularly and it doesn't seem to change much.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's down, it's pretty deep. It's down pretty far. We also looked at the intermittent stream coming out of the upper pond. It's completely dried up at the moment.
I've also experienced on all my walks in the woods. All the streams have dried up.
Yeah, in fact, I got an email from DEP asking about when it submitted evidence of a dry stream, because they're thinking about, whether or not we should enact drought status. And someone did actually in Upton, I guess it didn't include the report, but Grove Street, remember, so it's the same street that 108 Grove Street is on, same stream. 108 Grove Street is on that little perennial stream that empties into Centerbrook.
Yeah.
But across the road, 91 Grove Street, there's no house there. They want to build there. So he's been waiting for it to dry up. So he can take pictures. But who knows, maybe DEP will decide that it's drought conditions.
I've talked to a couple of people from Taft Pond and the pond is virtually unusual. It's so
really?
shallow.
Yeah.
And they were asking the DPW to put more boards in dam. However, the water doesn't even rise to that level anymore. I mean, you could put more boards, but there's no water to hold back. John Johnson was saying that there may be beaver dams above Taft Pond, which might be contributing to its current level.
Oh, wow, yeah. Where's Taft Pond again?
It's South Street at the intersection with Pine and June. There's a Taft Estates.
Taft Estates, okay. It's not that little,
Shore Drive.
That's
the
it.
Shore Drive development.
okay. So that's tap pond and it's really low.
Yeah.
And the beaver dams will be upstream from.
Yeah, the
there,
water
so-
comes from actually more or less, Sterling. Sterling Valley, yeah. So,
And there's, those in common, but there's beaver activity.
Mhm.
Gene's prop, Gene, Melissa's prop,
Mhm.
CR. And there's a wetland, a big wetland system downstream, which you could see beavers.
Oh, yeah,
working.
yeah, definitely. Well, I know there's beavers near the Goss Pond.
yes,
Yeah.
it's basically in here.
Did they say anything about the spillway?
Yes, we looked at the spillway, it's stable, you know, they haven't come down and I actually asked Grace about that, I'm like, well, is it completely repaired? And she's like, yep, she thought that, but I thought that was a temporary fix. It, you know, they don't have huge riprap on it, but it's obviously it was, you know, they put everything back. So it'll hold till the next,
5 to 10 years.
yes, so, yeah.
It's not.
And it's 7:13, so she go to
Yes,
the line continued from 54 Pleasant Street.
yes, so we don't have a lot of news, do we, Sherry?
Nope, but I didn't wanna not show up.
It's coming.
So basically, the state received the NOI on August 29th. We're at about day 28. I check the website almost daily to see if they've added the DEP number or added any comments. And I haven't seen anything. I left a message today that has not been returned.
Let me just check the email one final
Pretty much my
time.
update.
Because
They're all probably on vacation. Getting jealous.
yeah, no, nothing new.
And obviously, the same concerns my husband and I have had is that, you know, it's the perfect time to get it replaced. It will take less than 2 days consecutive. And just wanting to get this. And I understand without the states providing a DEP number or comments or something,
Right.
there's not a whole lot board can do here.
Right.
But
They can hold their hostage.
Yeah.
so is this something that we have to continue to the next meeting? Okay,
We appreciate you.
thank you.
Good with it. Same kind of Mary.
Sure, yeah.
7:10 works for me, thank you.
Well, thank you. All right.
Should we have a motion for that?
We will motion to continue. NOI from 50 Pleasant Street.
Till 7:10 on October 9th, so moved.
Ready?
What is the date?
It's October 9th.
October 9th.
Ready, second?
Second,
Let's vote myself. First, I.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Aye.
I made a motion, sorry.
Okay. Okay, and so else.
It's very slow.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate
If
it.
you hear anything, let me know.
Yes, a good.
And I will do the same.
They usually, they send an email, that's how you find out, comes out in an email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you'll hear.
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, so Mary, what else?
All right, this one, I maybe should have waited till the meeting before giving the gentleman permission, but. This is a gentleman from 17 Mechanic Street. And this is directly behind his property on town land. He has, this log is in Warren Brook. He's afraid that it's gonna kind of dam it up a little bit. He was just concerned about that. So I gave him permission to remove it. Or cut off a piece to not impede the flow.
To get dam up the water that's not there,
What's that?
dam up the water that's not there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he wanted to do it now while the water was low, so,
Makes sense.
yeah. So, and he has an interesting situation with his property. I didn't realize there were properties like this. His property goes to the edge of the stream, so his property line is changing over the years.
Oh.
He was
Is
talking
this
about-
area, are there active beavers in this area?
I don't think so. This is right pretty close to Route 140. Now he's just a little bit up. This is just the stream. I have,
Right?
No, but my thought was that if you start making the stream flow faster, you might find that beavers would like to dam it up. So just,
Oh.
just something to consider if they hear the water running. But if there aren't any beavers active there, it's probably not an issue.
They are and have been active upstream.
upstream, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It's a nice picture.
It is.
Very, what else is noteworthy from the report? That's it on the pictures. I went out to 49 Warren Street. They were wanting to remove trees. 8 trees in total, 3 were near the wetland. All were either dead or kind of near the house. They're all kind of on the perimeter of their lawn. This is a new house. And I did remind them they need a certificate of compliance. So hopefully they'll start working on that. And then I did stop by and pictures next week, so phone difficulties. Cobbler's Creek and looked at, they had done some work in the replication area there, looked at that. Claflin Farm, they fixed the bounds, they fixed the trail, so I think he's gonna be coming forward with a request for certificate of compliance. Then Dennis called today. DPW is doing work at a detention pond off of Stagecoach,
Stagecoach.
which has never been maintained ever, maybe, or just not in a long time. So what Dennis was saying,
Probably never, but at least not in a long time.
not in a long time, yep. So they're out there cleaning it out and he wanted me to take a look at that, so I'll get out there tomorrow or early next week. And they're gonna be cleaning out the culverts under Still Street in proper, just kind of ahead of the 40B construction to make sure that there's no impact on that. And then Dennis was looking for, he had to do the MS4 report, and so I just thought these numbers were interesting. These are annual numbers, so we've reviewed 10 NOIs in the last year, fiscal year, so July to June. I did 113 site visits. We only had 1 official enforcement action with an enforcement order, but we had a few letters. And then they wanted to know how many as-built plans we reviewed, and really that's only 1. And I thought that was, wow. And those come in with a certificate of compliance, and I'm not sure that we haven't had too many of those certificate of compliance rates. So that is pretty much it.
That's a good summary. Thank you. Now, 7:20. Those attend continuation from 169 South Street. Do you know what about that, Mary?
Yes. And I need to get, they're here. Panelist.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Did I begin? Okay, may I share my screen?
Hopefully, yes, when you can see,
I'll give it a try.
great. I'm glad that worked.
Okay, just zoom in a bit. My name is Susan MacArthur with MacArthur Environmental Consulting. Also on the call is Sean Malone from Oak Consulting. And where we left off, it was in August when we were back before you, and we had made a few adjustments to the plan based on your comments. One was, I think, even before the last hearing, we adjusted the delineation line up near the roadway to pull it a little closer to the wetland so that the replication area would actually function as intended and be successful. And based on Mary, your site visit, I think with it, maybe a commission member, comments about the vernal pool, we adjusted the boundary, the breeding boundary of the vernal pool to reflect your measurements out there. And we have adjusted that and sent you that plan as well with the buffer zones around it. And I'm going to turn it over to Sean to talk about where we're at with the planning board and any other changes that we've made.
Great, thanks, Susan. For the record, Sean Malone, Oak Consulting Group, the civil engineer for the project. So we met with the planning board last night. We received peer review comments from DGT yesterday afternoon. And we also got some comments from the fire department via the planning board, in addition to the Conservation Commission comments. So we have not had time to fully kind of digest and analyze the peer review comments in general. I think it's really just kind of getting down to details, no real game changers. One comment that the fire department had was regarding the width of the road. If you remember, we're proposing a 22-foot wide paved width, whereas the town standard is 26 feet. And the reason for that is, one, the reduced impervious, always a good thing, especially if you don't need it. And two was also to minimize the width of the roadway at the area where we cross between the two, or the isolated wetland and the bordering vegetated wetland right in there. Yeah. So right now we've reached back out to the fire department to ask to discuss this. Things we cited is that South Street itself is only 20 feet wide. And so we want to see if we can talk to them and maybe come to an understanding or an agreement to have a reduced pavement width that'll still meet all of the fire department's need and life safety, and then also be a little bit better for the environment. So that's where we stand right now with the planning board. We may have to increase it to 26 feet for the fire department. If we do, we will have some additional BVW impact. And of course, we would increase the replication area, as commensurate with how much impact we have. We've continued the planning board meeting out about a month. We're going to meet the second meeting in October. By that time, we expect to have revised plans submitted and hopefully a second peer review with DGT, as well as final comments and determination from the fire department on which way we have to go. So that's kind of where things stand right now.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Or Mary?
Sean, what's the proposed roadway width right now?
Right now, we're proposing a 22-foot width. Yeah. And what the fire department more specifically is, they commented they wanted the town standard up to the point where the driveway goes to the rear parcel, and then we could reduce it. Which would be fine, but from a conservation standpoint, that area is all within the jurisdictional areas of the Concom. So the entire length throughout the jurisdictional areas would have to be widened.
Is it possible that there might be some middle ground? 23?
There may be, and that was one of our proposals. Again, this all happened yesterday. We only sent an email request back to the fire department yesterday afternoon. But that's what we suggested, that maybe if 22 feet didn't work, maybe 24 feet would be better. So we're waiting to hash that out. But ultimately, of course, with the fire department, it is life safety, and we ultimately need to do what they need for that, do their jobs.
Is that width based on like the width of 2 fire trucks or 2 emergency vehicles side by side, or?
Yes, I don't want to speak for the fire department, but I'm sure their concern comes about, if a vehicle is parked in the roadway, that they have enough room to get around, as well as turning radii into the site and into the back parcel. And again, those are all things that we want to just kind of discuss more in detail with them to understand, and maybe there's another solution. I don't know. We just wanted to kind of start that conversation with them and see where we land.
Any comments, Mary?
No, I was pleased, they did what we asked with the vernal pool. I haven't had a chance to look at the peer review again, since they just received it yesterday either. So I'll take a look at that, but no comments right now.
Any other comments from the commission? Or Sean or Susan, do you want to continue until a certain date?
Yes, we'd like to continue. Sean, what are you thinking as far as the planning board?
Yeah, so right now we are continued to October 22nd with the planning board. So I think it would make sense to maybe I'm assuming you meet on the 23rd, the following day. If that makes sense to everybody, I think that would work.
Make a motion to continue the 169 South Street hearing until say 7:20 on October 23rd.
Do we have a second?
Second,
Let's do a voice vote. That's fine.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Okay, the minutes commission, vote of the commission to until October 23rd, 7:20.
Did Alan?
Yes.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you in a month.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
But that's it, Barry, do you have anything else for your
The
report?
administrative report. No, that was it.
Okay, how about me? administrative report.
Yeah, there's minutes.
Okay,
Chris, I got your comment, took care of that.
okay. Anyone have questions or comments on the minutes from September 11th?
Look good.
Okay, do a motion to accept them.
So moved.
Do a second.
Second,
Thank you. Let's a voice vote. Chris, aye.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Michael.
Excellent. So yes, vote of the commission. And then we have signed documents.
Yeah, the only document to sign will be the voucher, once we approve it. Right here, maybe we approve the voucher first.
Yes. We have a voucher for,
I can put it up on the screen. These are expenses that Mike had. To do with, most of it was the registry of deeds, getting those 2 orders recorded. And then the rest is for the replication area, right, Mike? Seed and plants.
okay, the motion to approve the funding.
So moved.
Do a second.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Voice vote. Chris, aye.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Mike abstains.
Excellent. That's a majority of the commission. It's good that we keep doing this in the same order. It's easier for Barry.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking, yeah, Marcella and Alan, right?
Yeah. Open space.
Received the appraisal for the Mechanic Street land, 6 acres. Came in at $2,500 an acre. Which actually surprised Tony and I, Tony Chiavelli, SVT, was a little bit more than that.
2,500 in
Yeah, however. I went back and looked at the. Appraisal for. The. Lake Wildwood. And the comparables, so there were 6 comparables in there, and 4 of them were about $2,500, about $2,500 an acre. In that case, the appraiser. Took the highest of the appraisals, which were between 4 and 10, I think. And basically. Used those because that particular property has a lot of recreational value because it's got all of the shoreline.
Oh,
So, and it's already got trails on it and so on. So he appraised it at the higher level, but for land that has less recreation value, he probably would have ended up pretty close to where this appraiser came out. I suspect it will disappoint the seller. No updates on anything else. I do know that the sale of the 47 Mechanic Street land is occurring next week. Closing next week.
that. Okay, thank you. How about, Lance Bishop?
Marcel and I, built and kind of installed 18 planks of 8-foot boardwalk. And it turns out we probably need 4 more. So we'll be working on that, but, we will need, help because even the 8-foot lengths are very hard to move. For Marcella and I. In fact, I threw out my back. So it's basically healed now, but, so we need to get them in place and try to keep them level and so on and so forth. It'll be a hell of a lot easier to move 4 lengths, 8-foot boardwalk, and it was 18 lengths.
Good job.
Yeah, and this is kind of related to open space. I think actually at this point, everybody here has probably seen it, but DCR completed a draft copy of the resource management plan for Open State Forest, which got distributed, I think, to everybody here, actually, which is good. The public comment period is open and it's, will be open until October 31. And then there is a virtual meeting being held where people can give their comments personally. But one of the things I do want to talk to them about is coordinating the trails that we develop that may end up connecting to theirs. Because apparently in some areas they have a lot of road trails. I don't want to be on the road.
That's great. Okay, now. Maybe,
I do have a just a quick report. When some weeks ago, maybe months ago, we approved an expenditure to have Greg Trussell mow at Stephens. And I just want to make sure that the turtle dates, turtle dates are okay. Does anyone know, Mike, do you know offhand what, when he could start mowing if the turtles are off in
It's
their little
in the-
hidey?
In the past, it's been about November 15th.
Okay, so it'd be at least another 6 weeks, so I'll let Greg know.
Well, yeah, and Scott also borrowed the brush hog from the DPW and mowed the path on the fields and stuff. Taking care of any previously known paths at house, clan, whatever it's called, south of the field.
great. Now for discussion items, we had Julian Swasco.
Yes. Wait, do you want to say something about that?
Well, there was mostly probably saw the email, it was about they were thinking about like making some changes to the mission statement of the Cisco organization. And mostly you probably get those emails from Kirsten every few months. But I looked through the list of member towns and Upton wasn't on there. Many conservation commissions or towns within the watershed. Upton isn't.
We have just a small piece.
Yeah, we have a couple hundred acres.
But we're always invited to that.
Yeah, that's why SVT works in Upton.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
So I saw
Used to go.
it's-
Bill and I used to attend the meeting, so, but have stopped. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, so we used to be, I used to be a member of one of the boards related to CISMA,
I don't know if the town officially ever
signed up.
signed up, and that's what, we're not on the list. And I checked with Kristen, she said, we could join, probably join if we wanted to, so. Yeah, just make a
And
motion.
it's responsibility or does somebody have to attend something?
I don't think So I don't think we have to,
Okay.
we just do this. Someone wants to tell that, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, the meetings are during the day. Which is why I got booted and stopped going.
So do I make
Yeah,
the,
so I make a motion that the Conservation Commission would go to join the system.
Yes, an acronym for something I can't
I
remember.
mean, what it is in the system organization.
do we have a second?
Second,
Okay, let's do a voice vote. Chris, I.
Like,
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
And Mike said aye. So that's a unanimous vote on the commission.
Do you want me to reach out to them?
I do, I went back with Kristen. I'll do.
Okay.
Okay, next we have Broadway Rest Trails.
Yeah, I haven't done anything.
Oh, okay, they'll sit that one. Comment letter, planning board. 169. That sounds true.
Yeah, that probably could have pulled that, but
No, they look good.
just. So,
Is there anything else? The only thing I mentioned, if we have Ursula and Alan sign this. Do one, no,
no, we just need one.
oh, okay,
And then, are you guys okay with that Concom memorandum? I can send it, have the board of
Yes.
selectmen can, like, they sent out a newsflash for some things, so. We'll see if they can send it out and.
does anyone have questions or comments about the. Or what Barry said for?
Did they actually send that out? What, the one they just sent out, including the conservation?
No, it didn't. Oh, maybe. I looked at it because I was like, oh, did they already put it out? But it was for a few other boards.
Yeah, it was phrased in a funny way, so it was like, so the selectmen's board, or the select board, but it almost sounded like they were, when I first read the headlines, I thought they were soliciting a member for the select board.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yes.
Wow,
Who puts those out? Is this Sandy?
I wonder if the new person, Sue.
Sue probably with,
Yeah, I'm guessing.
or Kathleen, I think, did a lot of it.
Oh, was
publishing.
Kathleen doing that too?
Kathleen
I guess I need
is-
to figure out who's doing it. Okay.
the motion to, use the. I that Mary had. For a new member,
Second.
okay.
Second,
Okay, let's do a voice vote. Chris, I.
Alan, I.
Marcella, I.
Excellent, yes, vote on the commission. Thank you, Mary, for writing that up. And hopefully we'll get another person.
Hey, Marcella, could you put that on Sustainable Upton?
I'm sorry?
Could you put that on Sustainable Upton?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I'll put it on the Concom Facebook and website. And I think I have the contact info for the people in the paper.
Oh, good. Is there anywhere else we can put it?
Yes, we're not really wanting to put little flyers up in the, bulletin boards, probably.
No.
Um,
So. For nothing else, we entertain a motion to adjourn.
I don't know. I really wanted to stay on this meeting at least till 9:30. Come on. That's- This is wrong. This feels really wrong. And planning board was out, had a record long meeting last night. Something's really wrong with the world.
well, it was
We
just,
were
there's
at
nothing.
until 10 yesterday.
Wow.
Um, Yeah, I've been thinking if it gets too quiet, I'll have to start like asking you guys, because I feel like there's some things that used to happen, like the Cook place, wasn't there supposed to be like an annual inspection there, and the one and on, I can't remember the name of it, my brains, there's one on your West River, that little subdivision, wasn't there supposedly annual?
Oh,
Those
Kent Village.
Kent Village. I was wondering, is there a list of all those annual inspections?
There's a list of the CRs. As a matter of fact, something ready for the next meeting, the Mass Audubon just came out with an update of their manual for CRs,
Okay.
CR management. And it was really well done, actually. Did a nice job. But it got me thinking, we've got like about, I think, 8 CRs. Half of them don't have basin reports. So, and we really should, we'll make an effort to monitor them
Yeah, that was just,
yearly, and that's Kent Village is one of them.
yeah,
Some of them are being monitored in SVT, you just monitor.
great, yeah, we just did that one.
And SVT's monitored Kerr a while back, so some are getting monitored, but some of them are forgotten.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering, well, the ones that SVT is doing, they seem to have it pretty good, but there's ones that this Concom owns exclusively, right?
Yeah, there's a couple on Warrenbrook from the 90s. Is that one on Sticky Road? There's Blue, I actually got the basin report. All those taken for Blue.
Mhm.
Turned into a report.
So we'll add that to us.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably a lot of things on the list. Yeah, there's a bunch of enforcement things I can follow up on, kind of further.
Actually, we should also take a look at the Azalea Lane.
Yes.
Is that on? Subject on
That was on the previous meeting. I think the deed's been recorded.
I thought the road was
No, they. Oh, well,
open space.
the open space is included in the deed. Whether or not anybody voted to accept it. I think either the select board or town meeting probably needs to taking action. And I don't know if that means they have to do the deed all over again. I'll follow up on that.
As far as having the the CRs walkthroughs, should we consider hiring someone to do that alone? And just do nothing but the CRs, and maybe we should try to budget for that. I mean, the folks from SVT get paid, so, why should we be doing that when it's something that we could farm out to somebody who would be able to do it annually instead of having these things slide as they have been.
We might even consider hiring someone to do some. I don't know if they're called basin reports, but existing condition reports.
Uh-huh.
For the ones that want there. And that's about half of them. The 2 Warrenbrook ones. The Kenneth Village and the West River. I think those 4 for sure don't have anything. Might be the only ones. The Blue is in front.
Do we update on Grace's position?
They are, it still needs to go before personnel board, because they're hoping to Mike is hoping to upgrade it to assistant planner, which would be more of a similar job description. So, and it may be a little, they're kind of focusing on building commissioner. Sounds like they may have someone, he hasn't signed on the dotted line, though.
Well, stay tuned. And do we have anything else? We definitely appreciate Mary doing double duty now. So hearing nothing. Do we have a motion to adjourn now?
So moved. So moved.
Second.
Let's go for the vote, Chris, aye.
Wait, don't want to have any discussion.
Alan, I.
Marcella, aye.